Well, good afternoon or good evening here from Hobart, Tasmania. My name is Hein Engelbrecht and next to me is Romy.
Hello everyone, it's Romy. I'm an Australian player. Looking forward to commentating this game, number 126, Canada versus South Africa, under 23 men's.
Yeah, Romy, South Africa having played earlier this morning against Colombia and unfortunately losing that very close game. And Canada today, they played against France and they lost that game, so it's going to be a very tight game here as both teams will try and win. We've got South Africa, Lorcan Slubbert, Richard O'Farrell, Elma Salia, Zinzan Paik, Ulrich Engelbrecht, the captain, and JP de Toy, vice captain, and Eckhart Engelbrecht, Derek Fitzgerald, Cameron Stephen, and Hendrik Mouton, the coach with his assistant coach, Bram Botha.
And for Canada, we've got Leo Custode, Mackenzie Edwards, Remy Coathanger last name, Saint-Pierre Charbonneau, Francis Lavoie, Jean-Philippe Langlier, Hugo Daniel, Lance Gotterman, Casey Kesnell, Sam Mainville, Kauder Schwitzer, and Jacob Shears, coached by Jordan Friars.
Well done, Romy. Glad you did that.
It takes bravery, that's for sure.
Right, we've got Canada playing white and we've got South Africa playing black. And just before the game, we saw that the 19 South African girls giving the South African a good support there.
Yeah, and we're just about to start the first half of game 126. Strong swimming there from South Africa. Hein, do you know these boys well?
Yeah, no, these boys are obviously being manager and coming with these boys from 2011, so I know most of them, Romy.
And what can you tell us about these boys? What will we be expecting from this game this evening?
Yeah, definitely. Look, they'll try and swing it and try and just enjoy the game. As we know, Canada, I think it's their first year at this level, so South Africa will not go because they're playing Turkey tomorrow, so they need just to keep the energy, but they'll play a good, clean game as they always do.
Yeah, very tough team, the Turks. We just saw them take down New Zealand, second on the ladder, 6-1. Very hard-fought contest. But yeah, very tough team. Best of luck to the Saffers tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll need that. Thanks, Romy. And South Africa hard on the attack there. South Africa in the corner of Canada with 1 minute gone without infringement, which shows you the guys are really going to try and just enjoy this game.
Yeah, and definitely a strong start from Canada. Nice to see them pushing up into the South African tray. They've had a very tough tournament. I'm not even sure if they do have a full squad. I know that both Canadian women's teams don't have quite a full squad, making a very tough tournament. But it's great to see them here in Hobart.
Yeah, like the South African boys, Romy, there are also only 9 players in that team, making it very difficult. So Africa's swimming right underneath the players and back of the box, so we enjoy that. We'll see who the player was that scored the goal, but obviously, like we've always said, a player scores a goal and the team gets the medal. So it's a team effort as they slowly swim back with 1 minute 40 seconds gone. South Africa leading 1-0 against Canada.
Yeah, excellent start there from the South African boys. It looks to me like they like playing good open hockey. I saw a great switch in the first minute of play.
Yeah, you know, we've got good hard swimmers. The new players here, Richard O'Farrell, he's a good swimmer, so we want him to get speed onto the puck. And we've got Lorcan Slubbert, both playing forward, and they're both very good, fast, strong swimmers. And South Africa working it up on the side here, trying to get momentum behind the puck as they do, and Canada playing in their substitution side. They'll get subs, fresh legs into the water with their coach, Jordan Freyer, talking very hard there to his players. As Ulrich takes it up into the middle of the pool and gets, looks like an infringement against South Africa there, unfortunately, as they got momentum.
Yeah, just looking at the stats here, Hein, we've got the South Africans sitting in 6th, played 7, won 3, lost 4, and Canada have to look down to 10th. They've played 7, they haven't won a game yet, and they've scored just the 1 goal with 81 conceded.
Yeah, no, Canada definitely here for experience. You know, they're hosting the World Elite Championships next year. And obviously they will just get some tips of running a tournament probably. I know they've done it before, but Australia has just brought a different dimension to underwater hockey with this live streaming.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to be hosting the World Championships in Hobart. We've got such a wonderful pool here. 2 full-size courts, that's 15 by 25 metres, I think. We've just had an infringement called up here against the Canadians for a bit of obstruction.
Yes, Africa was just getting momentum there, as we saw I think it was number 11 getting some momentum there, and number 4 giving good support there with number 2 right behind them. So it was a bit of a barging and body blocking there, unfortunately, for Canada.
And seeing on this free puck, the South African forwards look to be taking the free puck. Is that standard? Does everyone usually sit up behind the refs, or?
I think the coach, having the live streaming available and on YouTube, a lot of these games are being watched. So I think the coach is just not playing the strategy as normal, as we'd usually have at least one player between the defensive team. But like you rightly said, they were all behind the puck there.
Yeah, I've seen all number of ways to take free pucks in this tournament. It doesn't seem that any give a particular advantage, but not being in the pool and not knowing quite what's going through the player's mind, it's a bit tough to call.
This is South Africa playing and coming down from the far side of the pool to the other side, and I think it's number 4. They're playing very, very hard. They're trying to get his weight behind the puck and get the kicking going. But Canada's playing very well, not allowing South Africa to get any speed behind that puck. So all credit to Canada.
Yeah, another excellent switch there from the South Africans. Looks like we've had a chopping foul called up by our ref there. Didn't quite see who that was.
Yeah, we just need South Africa just to stay calm and just enjoy the game. They shouldn't force anything. They should just let the game flow. As South Africa try and cut that puck off, and a good flick there from Canada, and a lovely jinx or switch down to the side of the pool, and getting a lot of meters there, at least 10-meter gain there by the Canadian, without even being stopped by a South African player.
Yeah, excellent swimming along the wall there. It looks like Canada might be quite strong along that wall, although the South Africans going for an excellent
excellent
break.
There. I think it was excellent play there from Elmar Salia, and it could have been Lorcan Slubbert. Excellent, with one good big flick onto the puck.
That South African
onto
playing.
The stick, yeah, it looks like Zinzan Paik. Number 13, Cameron Stephen. His mom will be very glad. She's sitting there in the pavilion. And her dad will probably be watching down back south. Robert, congratulations there to the Stephen family. As Cameron was just too quick for that player. Excellent pass there from Elmar Salia. Cameron Stevens scoring South Africa's second goal. 6 minutes gone in the first half. And Canada will be swimming hard here, trying to get possession, trying to play in South Africa's half as South Africa take it to the left-hand side. And they'll play it up that wall and just need to be patient. As we see the coach, Jordan Fryer, trying to see what he can do to stop this wave from South Africa.
We've just had a comment pop up here in the live chat from Kevin Cook. Nice swim, boys. Sure was. And
Yes.
We have the live chat right here in front of us. It'd be great to hear your comments if you're watching from home. And we'll announce them so the boys, if they listen later, can hear your support for them.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Kevin being a good supporter of underwater hockey in South Africa and very involved and an excellent player. So thanks, Kevin, for watching. We appreciate it. A good move there, a good twist of the body, and excellent control there by Canada, just staying at the bottom of the pool and not allowing South Africa to get in. But it seems like it's a goal. No goal, unfortunately.
Bit of a dangerous flick there by the look of things.
Yeah, they should have just swam it in, Romy. They, sometimes it's just too easy to flick it, and then you get the puck, unfortunately, to get hot, and it seems like the refs didn't enjoy that infringement. Oh, it's against. It's against.
Yeah, an
Canada.
interesting call here. I would wager that perhaps a ref. Another ref has seen another foul, perhaps a chopping call against the Canadians, but our ref that we saw just then had a dangerous flick called up as well. So we've got some conflicting calls, but of course you do have to play the first call made by the referees.
Yeah. It was interesting there. South Africa allowing 2 of the Canadian players to come down on their player who was playing the puck very quickly, and South Africa need to close that up. Canadians not allowing South Africa to get any speed there. Unfortunately, again, South Africa can't convert that position into points. 3 Canadians, 1 South African, down at the bottom. As we see Derek Fitzgerald trying very hard to get the puck out of the corner there for South Africa.
Yeah, and the Canadians will need to move the puck out of that corner as due to the rules, they can't just leave the puck in the corner. They have to make an attempt to clear it out of there. And another big switch there.
Yeah, so swimming right past the front of the face of the Canadian goal box, and they'll try and get it back and then line it up straight. But unfortunately, as you can see, the frustration of the South African player at the back, they're losing the puck and hitting his stick on the bottom of the pool, knowing that they had the opportunity and they gave it away.
And Hein, we've just got Willem, I won't try and say that last name, leaving you a comment in Afrikaans. Could you tell me what that says?
Where do you see that? Willem Zelstra. Hein, sukkel om jou te hoor op die mic. Well, Willem, he's just saying he can't hear me, so I'm trying out. If that's better, Willem, just I might have had the mic away from my mouth too far, so I hope this is better. Willem, thank you for joining us on the live chat. Willem Zelstra, one of our elite players and very involved in underwater hockey and even on management. Thank you, Willem. As we have a ref timeout here, we've got Jordan Fryer. I think he called the timeout as he will be talking to his players and saying, listen guys, this is a game that we can win this game. As South Africa has only 2 goals against you, you'll try and motivate them and stick to the game plan and just enjoy it as well.
Looking very calm here. The composure of the Canadians is really commendable. It looked to me that the coach was even giving a thumbs up just to congratulate the boys. I'm wondering what that might mean. Explosion, perhaps. It might be great advice to have an explosive move from the Canadians. Make sure they're not being reactive to the South Africans and making plays themselves rather than just responding to the moves of the South Africans.
Yeah, good to see the South Africans down at the bottom as they wait for Canada to take the advantage puck. Eckhard Engelrecht turning, flicking it to his brother, and unfortunately, South Africa just not getting momentum. They're just not being allowed space here by the Canadians, as we see Elmar Shalia and Cameron Stephen playing very hard there with Lorcan Slubbert following and Eckhard coming down. It's good to see South African support there. Thank you for that, South African players. The Canadians are just absorbing the pressure, not allowing South Africa to get to the center of the pool.
Yeah, very wise of the Canadians to recognise that the strength of the South Africans is more through the centre of the pool, and the Canadians have really made a push to keep the puck in the corner and on the wall.
Yeah, no, the Canadians are really just staying down at the bottom. As the South African thinks there's an opening, there's another Canadian there, but this should be a goal for South Africa as they work it up on the side. They just need to be careful of infringement. And the South Africans are still there, and the Canadians come out.
An excellent clearance there. Unfortunately, he hasn't got a mate to back him up. Here comes number 12.
Yeah, 12.
That'll
JP.
be Sam Mainville. Well anticipated there. He will have to try and get it out of that corner, or unfortunately, he'll be pulled up.
Yeah, a bit frustrating with South Africa as they were right in front of the goal box, and all credit to the Canadian players for getting it out of that position.
Yeah, an excellent clearance. We've got the South Africans going for another big switch. Unfortunately, he probably could have cut it up into the centre corridor there rather than taking it to the corner.
Yeah, let's see that. That seems like it's a goal. Well done there to South African players. Going right past the front of the face of the Canadian goals and then turning. I think they were just drawing 2-3 players here. Well done there. South Africa, as Elmar Shalia scores the goal, the 3rd goal for South Africa, and his parents are also sitting in the pavilion. Congratulations to the Salia family, and the other brother is playing in the under-19 team, so the whole family's here.
How's the under-19? How are the 2 under-19 teams going, Hein?
Well, our boys are not what we expected, but it's a very tough competition. Definitely every year is getting tougher and tougher. Fortunately, our girls and under-23 women are both lying second. But our men, I think they're 5th so far. Let's see what happens as they come to the playoffs.
Yeah, and the girls, of course, the defending world champions in the under-19 divisions. And the under-23s, are they the first South African team in the under-23 women's division?
No, we participated in 2011, Romy. Good swim there by the South African captain. Swimming very, very hard and not allowing the puck to get off his stick as he swims it straight to the goal box. Yeah, number 8. Was it number 8? Yes, number 8. Arik had the opportunity there just to keep on swimming. It shows you what speed does. Romy, now South Africa participated in 2011 with the first age group, and in 2013 in Eger they had only 6 in the team. 2015 we couldn't enter a team, and this year we're back, and they're doing very, very well.
Yeah, it's a shame to miss them in the under-23 division in 2015. I was on the under-23 team there, and I do remember clashing with the under-19 women 4 years ago now in Eager, and boy, they're a strong force.
A big flick there to the center of the pool. We don't see that often as they're trying to work the Canadians up on the side here. They need to get their bodies at the bottom of the pool. As you can see, the South Africans lining up there to the left-hand side, and they want the switch. If they can get that going to the wing there, it looks like number 2, Lorcan Slubbert, waiting. And the switch is on, and they swim it straight into the goal box.
I can't believe this. It seems the Canadians may have defended, but we've got a call. No, that'll be a goal.
Yeah, no. If they stopped that, Romy, it would have been a miracle. Unfortunately for the Canadians, South Africa score another goal here, so it's 5-0. Let's see who scored that one.
Yeah, you've got to say the Canadian backline have been under the pump for the vast majority of this game, and they've done a wonderful job clearing it so far, but they've got to be feeling the pressure now, got to be feeling a bit tired at the end of the day.
You know, it's nice to see. Look at those Canadians. Their posture is still positive. Their shoulders aren't hanging. And we get the coach coming to talk to them and say, guys, enjoy it. Learn what you can and take back home what we can share for next year.
Yeah, I never see the Canadians without a smile on their face. They always bring such a positive attitude to the pool. They really need to be commended. They deserve a medal for sportsmanship, certainly.
Yeah, between them and Argentina, it absolutely brought another energy and dimension to the competition.
Yeah, Argentina with their splashing warm-up at the start of every game. It certainly makes my heart race a little bit to see them just getting so fired up for the game.
They get fired up, Romeo. They get so fired up with that move they do with the splashes, hitting on the sticks in the water. It's so good to see. And that will be their trademark, and we'll always remember that.
Got just a few minutes left of this half. 1 minute 45 of the first half. 5-0 up to the South Africans.
Yeah, South Africa will take that, and they'll be very grateful. As this is their last game of the evening. Like I said before, they face Turkey tomorrow, and then the playoffs start. And South Africans just allowing the Canadians to come straight to the middle there, and they keep on coming. Excellent move there from the Canadians. South Africa are prepared to swim back.
Unfortunately, the Canadians been caught on their own quite a lot, whereas the South Africans always seem to have a couple of men down to support each other.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was no follow-up. They didn't put any pressure on the South African back there. There were 2 players there. The South African back wouldn't have been able to turn, and they could have got the puck off his stick. As we have a substitution taking place here. As you see, only 3 substitutes in the box, so as we only have 9 players, and they work it up on the side of the wall. Excellent move into the inside underneath the body, another one. And the Canadians intercepted. Well done there by the Canadian player. Just staying at the bottom as the South African thought the Canadians gone up. And Zinzan Paik, his sister's playing for the 19 team, working very hard. As you can see, his knee's heavily bandaged as he got a severe flick against the knee earlier in the tournament. But that's... if you're winning, you don't feel the pain, Romy.
No, and I think I saw him, and it looks like this might be a goal again now.
Yeah, excellent. Well done. Let's see what that they call. No, infringement against South Africa. Unfortunately, and the Canadians having a substitution taking place here. 5 guys. 1 guy needs to get into the playing area. And the Canadians will take this as we are going down to the end of the first half. South Africans trying to cut it off and keep possession and stay in that half. Yeah, that's it. Is that that's the end of the first half, and South Africa leading 5-0.
Yeah, brave play from both teams. The South Africans been very aggressive onto the park, putting some excellent goals into the tray. The Canadians with such heart in the defense, especially, they've made some beautiful clearances.
The camera was just showing Michael de Villiers here, one of our refs, who is at an international tournament for the first time. And it's so good to see that he's been allowed there, waving there, the South Africans. It's probably for his wife. I went for a walk just now, Romy. I went to your botanical gardens, and it's a beautiful, well-kept gardens that you've got here.
They are. It's a bit of a shame that we're in winter right now. In the springtime, they're just beautiful. Have you had a chance to see much of Hobart?
No. What we'll do on Sunday, Romy, we'll actually take the players out and rent a few minibuses and take them up to Wellington Mountain and take them to Sandy Bay or think it's called Sandy Harbour or Sandy Bay.
Sandy Bay.
And then take them to Richmond. That was recommended. So let's see if we can reach New. Definitely need to show them around.
Yeah, Richmond's just a lovely tourist town, just a half-hour drive from Hobart, a convict-built town, so lots of sandstone buildings, a lovely place to visit if you're in Hobart. And certainly on Sunday, the team, following the finals, the teams will really deserve a reward. Hopefully not too many hungover players, though.
No, what you need to do back home is just Google Hobart. I saw something, it's a very proud city, as you get all these signboards and directional signboards, where to walk, what to do. And one of the signboards I read was when a big boat carrying iron ore or some other cargo boat rode into the bridge, and the big bridge in the Tasmanian bridge collapsed.
Yeah, one of our greatest tragedies. About 40 years ago now, we had a boat drive into our Bowen Bridge, which spans from the eastern shore to the western shore. Unfortunately, a number of people lost their lives. And now every time we have a boat drive under the bridge, we close the whole bridge just to make sure a tragedy like that never happens again.
Yeah, I imagine. Sure, it's a massive bridge over is it the Derwent or?
Yeah, the River Derwent. I'm a rower, so I spend a lot of time on the River Derwent. It's a lovely river. It's one of the, I think it might be the deepest port in the southern hemisphere here in Hobart.
I believe it's 17 meters deep. That's very deep.
We get a number of cruise ships in as well, with lots of people liking to visit Hobart, especially when Dark Mofo's on. That was about a couple of weeks ago, and we've just had the Festival of Voices as well.
Okay. I see the big ship that visited here was the American Enterprise, one of the big military ships, so I don't know exactly what you call it.
Yeah, we do have an army barracks here as well. My dad spends a bit of time there. Okay. And we have a very strong Antarctic division. Many ships going down to have a look around the Arctic, poke around and find some sciencey stuff. A number of hockey players work for the Antarctic division. We've got Mark Lewis, who I think may have helped us a bit with the cameras. His son is playing for the under-23 men, Cameron Lewis. We're just commencing the second half of the game 128, I believe, Canada versus RSA under-23 men.
I think it's game 126.
126, yeah, my apologies.
Game 126, Africa pushing hard up on the far side there of the pool, as we see a good overhead shot of the pool with a lot of South African supporters sitting in the pavilion. They'll take this win, and it'll be good morale for the South African teams. We've got one more South African team playing tonight, the under-19 girls. I'm not sure they play against, but it'll be an important game for them as well.
I'll have a look for you, Hein. I'll be right back.
Yeah, thank you. And is that a goal for South Africa? Probably the people back at South Africa know Charles Fortune. He was commentating on cricket, Romy.
Oh, yes, I'm a big fan of the cricket. Unfortunately, both the Australian and the South African teams not doing so well in England recently. Have you been watching the Women's World Cup, Hein?
Yeah, no, South Africa did very well there.
Yeah, I think our teams may even clash in the finals if we both are lucky and win our games.
I haven't watched it so closely, but that's good news.
Yeah.
They will playing in England, Romy.
Yeah, the Saffers will play the English in a few days' time, and Australia will be fronting up against India.
Okay. And Akkad Engelbrecht scoring the 6th goal there for South Africa. So both brothers in the team have scored a goal. And let them give other players opportunity as we get a hard flick back here, and they want to get the swing on. It's coming. Zinzan flicks it to the center of the pool. And the Canadians read that very early. As you can see, the Canadian player coming through the middle there and forcing South Africa to the far side of the pool. Also a good thing here, what we've seen, not one player has been sitting on the side of the pool.
No, a very tidied game from these young men here. It's very commendable to see, getting so tired, but just keeping it clean. Very impressive.
Yeah, good shot there of the South African coach there. They're taking chances to be the main coach there, Henry Mouton and Bram Botha. So it looks like the head coach here now for this game is Hendrik Mouton. As an infringement there against the African player.
Yeah,
and
just
the
a bit of
Canadians will
chopping
take
there.
that.
Coming back to your earlier comment, Hein, the under-19 South African ladies will be playing Colombia in Court 1. We're currently in Court 2 at the moment. Very tough clash to end the day. Two very strong teams going head-to-head.
I think the Colombian girls are lying third and South Africa lying second, so that's definitely going to be a game to watch. So guys, if you can support them, we'll appreciate it. South Africa swimming hard there. Right, they allow the Canadians just to come past the front of the face of the goal box to the substitution side. South Africans will substitute now and work it up on the side of the pool, as we see 3-4 Canadians and one waiting on the side there, waiting for the puck to come out. South African capitalizing on that move of the Canadians, which didn't come off, swimming hard, and they will straighten it up, trying to work it up into the middle space of the pool. And the Canadians have got bodies down at the bottom. So, oh, good save there by the Canadian player. Excellent save. And there's another save there as we see Richard O'Farrell just not getting that puck in. Excellent. Well, they got it in. Somebody got it in, but it wasn't Richard. It was number 6. It was number 6. So we haven't got a 6, so...
Number 7, let's go.
At number 7 then, Zinzan Paik. Well done there. Well done there to Richard O'Farrell, working very hard there, swimming the puck hard. And an excellent save there by the Canadians. And then, unfortunately, they just couldn't get it as far to the side of the pool. But what was nice there to see was that Richard, swimming very hard, stayed at the bottom, realizing he couldn't make it, and drew the puck back and gave it to his teammate to score the goal.
Yeah, great to see Michael O'Farrell saying hats off to the Canadian team. Lovely sportsmanship there. And El Marie, I agree. Money can't buy the experience the players are getting. It's well worth the effort of the Canadians to come here. Even though they haven't had a win yet, they'll just be learning so much about this wonderful sport.
Yeah, that's we see that. You know, South Africans haven't got the privilege of the international exposure like you people have got, Romy. So this is every second year we get the opportunity to play on international arena. And we just see that in the beginning, the children just haven't, or the players just haven't got that experience. They don't realize the intensity and the level of international competition.
Yeah, I do think the South Africans are very lucky to have such a strong developing junior side and school support as well. You can see it from the New Zealand team as well. 2 very strong countries, whereas countries like Australia haven't quite been able to tap into that junior development. I think we are getting there, but South Africa and New Zealand remain a very good force.
Yeah, but with having Argentina, that was the surprise of the tournament was Argentina. You know, we didn't even expect them to feature, and then they go and beat Australia 2-1 in a game earlier today. As South Africans swim hard to the goal box, and another goal there for South Africa. Number 5, Almar Salia, one of our top players. Like I said, his mom and dad are watching, and his brothers playing for the 19 team. They come from the Platinum Mine area, Rustenburg. So the Northwest province will be very proud of Alma there.
Yeah, the Canadians looking very tired there. So under the pump. Your heart's got to bleed for them, just having to work so hard and not quite getting the reward for their efforts yet. Keep going, boys. We're cheering for you here.
Yeah, no, it's the first time that the Canadians haven't put a lot of pressure on South Africa, as there's 6 minutes passed in the first half, and South Africa has scored 3 goals in the second half already. Canadians doing very well there to not allow South Africa to cross the halfway line as they push into the side of the pool. And let's see on the far side of the pool with a lovely overhead shot here. And I can see the coaches there talking to the players in the South African box. And the South Africans just trying to get the puck to get space. And the Canadians not allowing them. Well done to the Canadians as we get a player from the rear from South Africa. Unfortunately, infringement there. Body blocking against South Africa.
Yeah, so lucky here. We've got 4 in-water cameras, and an overhead camera and a roving camera giving you these beautiful clear shots. We've also got a team working very hard to make sure you get these very clear images, and we're very grateful to all the volunteers who are supporting this tournament and giving us such great images, setting a world-class example for Sheffield in 2 years' time, as well as Canada next year for the elites.
Yeah, no, some lovely shots here of the players. And I think there's still photos. Who's a photographer taking still photos? I think it's Mick or somebody, and taking some great shots there underneath the water, as we see the coach here from South Africa, Hendrik Mouton, and the coach from Canada, Jordan Fryers, talking to their team, motivating them and saying, well done guys for the team game you're playing. Try and stick to the game plan, and let's capitalize on the fact that we can play hockey and in such a beautiful facility. And the South African coach in the water there is Bram Botha. Bram being one of our lead players. Very, very fortunate to have that experience in the South African and the 23 team.
And Haim, will any of these under 23 South African men be looking at the elites in Canada?
Yeah, no, very much so. You know, with South Africa hosting the tournament last year, we had a lot of our older elite senior players with all the experience that just hung in there. Obviously, they wanted to win gold and make South Africa proud. As we see Canada attacking the goal box there, well done to the African players. But we should have a new wave coming through now. You know, I think if you looked at the average age of the South African elite players, they were 35 or 37. So the South African elite team will definitely be accommodating 2 or 3 of these players, I'm sure.
And your elite women very strong as well. I think they might have come away with a silver medal.
No, they won gold.
They won gold in Stellenbosch and in their home country as well. You must be very proud.
We were. And you know, the Masters women won silver against your Masters team.
Yeah, we do have a very strong Masters competition here in Australia. Unfortunately, our women haven't quite gotten there yet, but we've certainly got a very strong development team coming through and paving the way for Australia. Yeah,
commentating with Natalie earlier today, or yesterday, you know, she said she's got 6 or 8 gold medals.
Yeah,
that is a lot.
Nat has been to about 30 World Championships. We're so lucky to have people like Nat here in Hobart being such strong mentors for our junior players. Nat especially has taken a number of young women under her wing, and we can't thank her enough for that.
Yeah, no, she's definitely a role player and investing a lot back into hockey. As this commentating takes a lot of your energy, and we see that it's a team warning against Canada. Yeah, team warning against Canada, and the number 2 player, or it could be out for 2 minutes. I'm not sure. And South Africa want to get out of the goal box. They're not playing hockey at this stage. They're just defending, absorbing. It could be, Bram Botha came in there, talking to the players. They probably just want to work a bit on their defence.
And Kevin Cook on the live chat saying the SA Elite are all old boys now. That's good news for these young under-23 men as they push up into the elite division.
Well, those elite men have made South Africa proud. They have won numerous medals and have always been a strong team to play against. As we see the South African players working it up on the side of the wall there, Richard O'Farrell. The only reason why I know it's Richard because he's got like a ponytail, hair sticking out the bottom. And he comes from a small little town, Komatipoort, close to the Kruger National Park, Romy. And we have an infringement against South Africa. Unfortunately, South Africa, I think they're working on their defence. As I can't believe that they're not getting out of that area.
And you've got players coming from all over your country. Do you have many training camps?
Yeah, we have to, Romy, as we try and get the players together quite frequently before, especially on the junior side, because we haven't got the facilities. We've only got 2 big facilities that we can accommodate tournaments and training camps.
Gee, unfortunately, that South African player's been caught alone. Oh, no, hang on. We've got a call up.
Sure. Yeah, they're doing stupid mistakes there for early encroachment, early break there before the buzzer went. Unfortunately, all the players being called back, all that hard work means nothing just by a stupid mistake from South Africa. And they will go down. Somebody will be 1 minute out here. So they're just asking the captain to nominate a player. They'll probably put a forward out.
Looks to have been a breaking foul
yes,
against the South Africans here. And, of course, if the captain doesn't nominate anyone, the captain will have to spend a minute in the bin himself.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like either Richard or Lorcan. The Canadians are going to score here, Romy. They're working very, very hard as they all of a sudden the Canadians have got a lot of energy behind that puck. And it seems like it's in the goal box.
Yeah, just so close for Canada here. I'm sure you're not so keen for them to score a goal, but it'd be just fantastic for these boys. I'm sure their heart's on the line here. It'd be wonderful to see.
That'll be very, very good for the Canadian all over the world, having scored a goal against the African team. And the Canadians, unfortunately, causing infringement there, allowing South Africa to get space there, and the South Africans will swim very hard there as they come up to the goal box and swimming it straight into the rear of the tray. And that looks like number 13, Cameron Stephen, scoring another goal there. With the speed that these players have got, you've got to stop them very, very early.
And as we've seen in this tournament, even though the South Africans have just 5 men in the water, the team just seemed to lift.
That's
And they
amazing.
just barreled down the wall, pushing through all the Canadians there.
I saw the French player, the French under-23 team just now. They had 4 players in the water, and the attacking team just couldn't score a goal.
And of course, there is the infamous story of the Turkish men at the World Championships in Castellon with just 2 men in the water scoring a goal and winning the match.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was actually last year playing against Great Britain in South Africa, Romy. And then they pushed them to the finals, but they lost against Australia in the finals.
Yeah,
and South
very
Africa
unfortunate.
giving a hard drive here again from the kickoff. South Africa absorbing the pressure and taking it back to the Canadian side. Number 5, Alma Salia. Well, Alma's got a hat-trick in this game. And South Africa moved to double figures.
Yeah, and Canada just moving into the last 3 minutes of this match, they'll be really keen to try and keep out the South Africans as best they can. They had a really great spell in the middle of this second half, but unfortunately the South Africans have pushed, 3 goals in the last 5 minutes or so. Very impressive from the South Africans to keep their movement and momentum.
All 6 players back in the water. South Africa hard on the kickoff as they swing it wide to the right-hand side, and let's see if they can capitalize on that. Big flick to the right-hand side as the wing will take it and work it up on the side of the wall. Getting bodies down the bottom. Unfortunately, the Canadians intercepted, and the South Africans it's intercepted again. And they try swimming it up to the right-hand side, getting the 45s going to the far side of the pool. You can see the coach of Canada, Jordan Fryers, trying to motivate his team, trying to get information in, as they obviously don't want to end last in the tournament. They want to make Canada proud and play for 9 and 10 and obviously win that, and at least they will, like you rightfully said, they might even get the Team Spirit Award, Romy.
Yeah, and the Canadians holding the puck nicely in the corner there. Good defence again, reminiscent of what we've seen in the first half of this game. Somewhat lacking in the second half, but good driving from the Canadians into that strong corner there. And the South Africans looking to pull it out, and yeah, that looks like it's coming into the centre of the court.
Yeah, no, the South Africans would love to score here again.
We've had a kick out for number 11 by the looks of things.
No, it's somebody else there. Looks like number 30. Who's swimming out here? Oh, number 10, JP Du Toit, our vice captain. He's decided that he's had enough now. He wants to go and sit on the side and see what his team can do. And JP, our vice captain, coming from Pretoria, but he's studying at the University of Stellenbosch, where the tournament was hosted last year. A beautiful town in the Western Cape. JP Du Toit's got a sister, Megan Du Toit, also a very competent player.
And hopefully in this last minute we won't see any more South Africans joining JP on the bench there.
Yeah, no, definitely. As you can see, JP relaxing, not really very fussed, as he knows South Africa's got this match wrapped up, but he'd prefer to be in the water, Romy. I don't think he did it intentionally.
Yeah, just a minute left to play. The Canadians will be desperate to keep it out of their tray, keep that score at just 10. And I'm sure the South Africans would love to put another one in there.
I think they would. They would like to finish on a high and get out and go and have dinner and start working on their game for tomorrow against Turkey.
Yeah, and a very tough game for them. I'm sure they'll be wanting to preserve a little bit of energy there and not burn themselves out before they clash against the Turkish.
Yeah, no, obviously you don't want to take the Turks on physically, as the Turks are very, very strong physically. You want to try and see if you just can absorb and then swing it and see if you can get space on the puck.
Yeah, and just 15 seconds left of this game. It will be South Africa defeating Canada 10 or perhaps even 11-0 as the South Africans drive towards the tray. Just 10 seconds left. We'll see if it goes in.
Yeah. So Africans just being patient there, very patient, as they draw the Canadian out, flick it to the inside. Unfortunately, there's a support player there, and there's Lorcan Slubbert, also having the opportunity to get his name on the scoreboard. Well done, Lorcan. His first international tournament been knocking hard on the door to play under 19, but never made it. He's got the opportunity now to play under 23. That's a score, 11-0. South Africa beating the proud Canadian team, and the Canadians can be very proud of that, the game they played, Romy.
Yeah, we'd love to go grab some interviews now. Unfortunately, we're running a bit short on time here in the courts. We might just have to leave it there. Hi, and thank you so much for joining me in the commentary box today.
Always a pleasure, Romy.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. There will be a South African game in Court 1. The under-19 girls clashing with the Colombian women. If you're a South African fan watching at home, make sure you switch over to cheer on the girls. Thank you for everyone who's contributed to the live chat. Kevin Cook saying, hats off to the organisers. The live feed is great, and I love the commentary in the game. Thanks, Kevin. We really appreciate your comments. I think I'll leave it here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck to both teams for the final day of the round robin tomorrow.